Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Omochukwu, depending on your location. Please join in this struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Now the update for this Tuesday, Nkwo Market. You can't negotiate with the IPOB leader while in chains. IPOB cautions the federal government. Now the special counsel to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Alayo Jumako, has urged the federal government of Nigeria not to go into negotiation with the leader of the IPOB, that's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, while in detention facility in DSS dungeon. Alayo Jumako said, look, the federal government should understand that the leader of the IPOB should be likened to the leaders and freedom fighters such as Martin Luther of the United States of America, Gandhi of India, and South African Nelson Mandela. Of course, he said these men were freedom fighters, and the negotiations with them were held when they are free. They were not in chains before negotiations. Rather, they are free. They have been released from detention, so nobody clamped them in detention facility. Nobody was torturing them as negotiation was going on. And so he said, look, the leader of the IPOB must be treated in the same way. And so that any attempt to negotiate with the leader of the IPOB while in detention, they will not accept it. It will be rejected, vehemently opposed. Yes, of course, he said, look, that the federal government of Nigeria should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now and go into negotiation. Alayo Jumako said, look, I quote, Mr. President, it's time to fulfill your promise to negotiate with the agitators, but it's unnatural to negotiate with a man in chains. The first step is to free the man. That's how they negotiated with Mandela, Gandhi, and Martin Luther. Mr. President, again, free MNK, and thank you, end of quote. So he said, look, President Buhari, President Tinibu, I beg your pardon, has made the campaign promises during the electioneering that he will negotiate with all agitators in the southeast, even in the face of Biafra agitations. Very strong one. Very strong agitations going on in eastern part of Nigeria for Biafra independence, for Biafra restoration. I beg your pardon, not independence. Biafra has gotten their independence. Understand that Biafra has gotten their independence. What we are talking about, what the agitators are saying, what the IPOBians are saying, is restore it, restoration. And so, in the face of this strong proposition for restoration of Biafra, Tinibu said he will negotiate with them. And now the special counsel is saying, what are you still waiting? It's time. Come and negotiate. Let us know what you are bringing to the table. But before you do that, you must release the leader of the IPOB first. Look, this is the condition the IPOB is given to Tinibu for negotiation. Yes, so you don't just go into detention facility and you start talking blah 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 blah. No, this is the condition. You must fulfill it first. And of course, you know, this is not being, nobody's pleading with Tinibu or begging or groveling, you know, for him to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, this is, we are talking about the rule of law. We are talking about obeying the laws of the land. We are talking about being responsible as a government for once. For once, we are talking about the image of the contraption, Nigeria, the image of this country. Leaders are not obeying their own laws, the laws they have made. They negate it. Okay, they flout laws at will, and they expect who to obey it. So here is a lawless place. Because leaders abandon the law, the statute, and they begin to do whatever pleases them, to their whims and caprices. Once they are comfortable, they're okay, whether the law is flouted or not. And so they compel people to obey the law, the common people. So that is the condition the IPOB is given to the federal government led by Tinibu to fulfill it first before going to negotiation. Yes. So like we have said, this is not a plead bargain. Yes, this is directing and making statements authoritative about law. About law. That is it. So we expect the administration of Tinibu, whether it lasts for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, or 1 year, as the case may be, he should do the needful toward the path of rule of law. We have mentioned the likes of Mandela. We have mentioned the likes of Gandhi of India, Martin Luther of United States of America. Okay? So these are the references. The government should know that we are operating with international law. Nigeria will not never live in isolation of others. This is an international, a global world, a global village. That's how the world is operated now. The world is now a global village. So you cannot operate in isolation with others. And the international laws and treaty or protocols, some of these things Nigeria entered into it. Some of these treaty and protocols, they willingly entered into it, but they will not obey it. That's why we are calling on the international community to look into Nigeria's problems and case, particularly that as regards to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You have seen the rendition. It's extraordinary. It's just a violation of fundamental rights of an individual. They trampled upon it. And you have seen a nation who disobeys their law because a particular individual is involved or an ethnic nationality is involved because he is an Igbo man. Therefore, we will not obey the law we have made for ourselves, the law for the country, for everyone. And now you are isolating others. So this is the point we are making this morning. We are joining with Aloy Ejimakor that he must be released before negotiation. That is the right thing. We are trying to buttress the point being raised by Aloy Ejimakor. That is the feelings of everyone in the eastern Nigeria as we are trying to, push up the feelings, the sentiments of our people who reside in the eastern Nigeria. Yes, the Biafrans, the Igbos, over 70 million Igbos. That is the feelings, that is the sentiment. Release him first. Now you can go into negotiation and let's see what you are bringing to the table. As simple as that. So to go and say, let's stop it at home. Let's do this. You must go and release him first. So don't tell the people, not to protest, not to do civil disobedience. Before you release, once you release him, you will know whether all these things will stop or continue. Yes. So that is the point we're making this morning. Release leader of the IPOB, negotiate with him. Yes, that is how negotiation is being made. Not once you are torturing someone, you are denying him medical doctors, access to his medical doctors, and you want to negotiate with him while he is sick. No, it's not done. He must be freed. Attend to his medical doctors attend to him, and his health restored. Now you talk of negotiation. That is